Hello, back again. Well, about the what's, my opinion, I'm going to put it out there. They've edited 5 minutes each end the video in the security camera. They wouldn't give you the right footage. So Celeste was never ever seen took out the house. I do believe he tried to put her in the fridge and she didn't fit. The cadaver dog, they were only, I thought they were by the police, but they weren't. So they were missing signs, they were barking, and the handler was just pulling them away. Is that maybe how the bin was there? Because, I mean, Shanann was totally, you seen the house, it was totally organised. But in my opinion, and what I've read totally, and what I've watched, what I've analysed, and what I've got in proof, through experience, what they could have stopped. But like I said, that video is totally never been the right one, never. Even on when it came out on Netflix, certainly wasn't. They only wanted you to see what the family have allowed, and they wanted you to see the worst possible. Cindy and Ronnie, they're only the parents, and they're still looking for answers to this day. And every phone number as well, right, has a mass. Yeah, Nichole Kessinger, I'm certainly not a big fan, and yeah, there's a lot of BS because she had companies selling sex stuff, sex therapy stuff, things like that, and all that witchcraft stuff. She closed all that down just weeks before the murders took place. So basically, Chris, she wiped your whole entire family out just to move on in life. Good job. You're brilliant. Clap, clap. Don't think so. But Ronnie and Cindy, I feel your pain, and you shouldn't have to be focusing on your son. Focus on Jamie and your other grandchildren that are actually do need you now. But he didn't leave the driveway at that time. Drove 45 minutes and was able to turn up at work. Clocked in and you seen what size of the hole was. It wasn't that big. By the time we took the screws out of the tanks, I mean, do I believe Bella went in just seconds after she died? Yeah, I do. How come? And another thing, I'm going to say it now. See Nichole Kessinger, she was there. To this day, he's trying to say he can't remember what shape or form she was there. There was a good point put out today. quite liked the video. The commentator had a very good point too, because I was going to go over that. But why was she never charged for? Because what's happened here is, I wouldn't have, if Dwayne Kessinger was able to go in on interviews with his daughter 3 times that we know of. I mean, this case is darker than we actually thought possible. And trust me, it is. The Rourkes are no thanking you for trying to get Nichole Kessinger fully justice. They're just wanting you to remember their family is the word, which, yeah, they should be. They should be. Nobody deserved that. But he certainly didn't go and dig, and then a 1-minute phone call to Jim. But see this car and this man, it walks away from the Watts house at the start, when he's getting the house search, when he's standing with sliders on. That's interesting to me. And then it keeps going past, and he picks up on it. Is that somebody spying on him, making sure that he doesn't open his mouth? I mean, that is interesting to me, because it goes back twice. So obviously that's going to be recorded on Nate's security, because they would have probably wanted a day's worth CCTV, and they would have. If you've spoke about half an hour on the news presenter, you're only getting 5 minutes or 10 minutes of fame on TV. But how she's looked up, married Mr. with the mistress, no need wasn't divorced or anything. In USA or US, it's different from the UK. How was the house never stopped the minute the kids' car seats were there, her bag was there, her purse was there, money was there, so there was no way she wasn't seen going out, ever going out again, unless you've got the original video. You do see him jerking something heavy, like a pool. For some reasons, you didn't see his feet, you didn't see the sheet. So he's basically stopped the clock. So Nichole Kessinger doesn't get investigated, because like he says to Dylan Tallman, now he was going to take a lie detector. I read his book and it's very interesting. Now, I would imagine that you would take it that time, because that's where the name Jezebel come from. It's good that he's getting on with his life and turned his life around. But for Chris to be with him day in, day out, 23 hours, like a day, apart from when there were other God stuff, and I mean, didn't tell me everything calculates, and I mean, even in the discovery for people, it's just joined this case. Even in the discovery, there's 1,001 red flags for me, never mind one. But I just think the case is never going to get answered, because I think the Rourkes have often been, in my opinion, I think the Rourkes have been offered money by Dwayne Kessinger, and I think that's why it's never going to get opened, because our phone data and our phone searches, are, like, even just the way she talks, it tells a different, to me, reading all on the iPad, like what she said and what her data says, and like timestamps, time dates. And if she had an iPhone, like when you take pictures, right, it tells you the date, time, and location. So I don't understand why they couldn't pick up a location, but I'm going to wait until I get more subscribers, because I have got an interest in theory, no theories, somebody else's work, but they done it 2 years ago, and it's quite interesting about and they're no fan of NK, but it is a good theory. But until things get better on YouTube, I'll start sharing more stuff out there. What I've got, I will share. But obviously, it's true crime. I would no disrespect to the Rourkes nor the Watts. I'm no victim bashing. It's about full justice for Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nichole never got to grow into a baby. So that's what it's about. He didn't get to take his breath. So it is about them. But you only see him picking up Bella. Celeste was gone. He did try to kill them twice. He does. I do believe he said his first sign for God was he was going he was driving in Nichole Kessinger's, and he thought, well, I'll turn back. So he struck. There was no wind, he said, but his truck, something happened to his truck, and or the car, something happened on the way to her house, and he says that was like a sign. Now they obviously he's had nearly 8 years to think about it. So his second sign was Bella getting up, but he just says they're on about the house, right? But why? I mean, Bella was so clever. So instead of teaching her, like, I feel that you could love your children, right, but you could still love them for all the wrong, right reasons. I don't know kind of to explain it, how you could, but the kids should never have been in Lavelle videos, in my opinion. They shouldn't have. She should have kept. In this day and age, you cannot go and open your phone on Facebook to the whole nation now. You can't. Keep it to your friends. I mean, a lot of people had to put her on silence because it was that bad. As you have heard the co-workers saying it was like getting that bad about the Lavelle. But do you think when the kids were at home, she should have been off her mobile? That's my opinion. But obviously she didn't deserve to to get a lifer. I'm only telling you how reality is. And if she didn't feel safe with him, she was leaving anyway. Trust me. I've got the text messages that she was leaving, and she was leaving to another estate, and she was getting a downsized house. Do I think she would have made it? I do believe she would have made it. I mean, look at the laundry money. I mean, nobody speaks about that. But that's not relevant. I've never seen how things like that's been relevant to a murder case. I do understand, but in the oxycodone, I really think it was Jamie that gave her it, got it for him, his sister. But I'm actually sure she mentions it on a video call to him. That she kind of sticks herself in. But I'm sure it was from his sister, because I'm sure she works with health professional stuff. But anyway, I'm sure she got prescribed them when she had her accident in 2009. So I don't know. She had a lot of tablets in a box. Plus, you could get them off fan websites. I mean, I didn't even ken secret calculators even existed. So it just goes to show you what younger ones find. But no, I think it'll work. If she was a salesperson, then yeah, she should have done her sales pitch, and then the phone should have been off. This is what's happened. Observers sitting outside, and then the co-kessingers came in thinking Chris had money, and then knew that he was meant to be a nice guy, and the Rourke still say it to this day. There was no signs. But see, Shanann didn't tell her mum and dad everything, but her dad, she did. But I didn't get why her dad would go out and tap more debt out for her with credit cards. I mean, that's just crazy. But in reality, that's how I'm speaking. I'm speaking for reality and experience. At the time it happened, no, I didn't understand their pain, yeah. But now, nearly 8 years on, I've experienced it a lot more. So I do, honestly, I mean, grief affects you in different ways, but I mean, the money they would have got from Netflix, I mean, I hate when people go, oh, but they didn't, and so what they did. No, it's no so what if you did. Like, my kids, I know where they've got memorials. At the time, it was only 2 stars I was putting up. So I know there's 2 stars I've got on a memorial where, like, other people's children are that's gone too soon. But on my research to today, I've never seen anything. I think it was appalling what they done to the headstone. I mean, I'm a Catholic, and that's no a Catholic attitude. They didn't pay for it. did they offer the community back the money? See, nobody speaks about that, but everybody is wanting to go over the red flags, so we'll go over it. So, and then, how was it that there was no evidence she had lupus? So, in the autopsy, how has she not got anything no matter with her kidneys or you still would have got that in the discovery. But like I said in my other video, the ones without the missing pages that are more disgusting than you think. But to this day, Dwayne Kessinger's paid off Nichole Kessinger's debt. Whether it's going to get opened if a new DA comes on, that's up to yous. Well, in our country, I think we vote, so it's up to yous to vote him out and get to see if you could get a retrial for her. But I think if her dad was in the police station 3 times with her, now he's telling them what questions she's not answering, and he just sits and agrees. But how is she not grilled? Because everything that she said didn't add up. How does she not even get a sentence for that? And why would you want to delete evidence that could maybe be to interest? Why? You wouldn't. So why did she not get grilled for that? That isn't right. She should have been grilled for that. I mean, just to cover all the basics. To be honest with you, I think Dwayne Kesson just paid because according to Frankie Rourke, she was just a mistress, a dumb woman. So are they sticking up for her? And because if the Rourkes wanted this case opened, her looked into, they can do it. They can go back because it was his defence. It told him he'd been as well to take. He didn't. He only pled guilty to his girls because his defence team told him to. That's what happened. To this day, his mum and dad, whatever they've got at their side, doesn't tally up with what happened to the girls. And then before I put this out here, they had my telly on in the background. Had a couple of things to do, so I was listening, and I'm thinking that was kind of things I was going to be saying today, but I'm still going to say it. I just take a laugh at he took I'm not saying it would be for the Rourkes, because no, I've seen what they've said, yeah, but if it wasn't for, he took the Lavelle pals for fools, and it was actually think it was Addie that told Nichole Atkinson to go and see the doctors to see if Shanann had turned up. That's what happened. And Nichole Atkinson done a welfare check. Got a welfare check done on her. Now, the minute he walked in that garage, that should have been, in my opinion, that should have been the police that went in. No Chris Watts. I mean, what would you want to open the car door for? To get the ring out. Exactly. But, I don't ken why you would want to remove that as well. The ring, the mobile, her phone, her watch, her bag, her purse, her money, her ID, the bairns' car seats, the car is all still in the house, but not a thing out of place. Now, he's even telling them that my garage went off at this time, that time, because it was probably Nichole Kessinger. Do you think Jim's got something to do with it? No, the murders, no, but he definitely knows something. That 1 minute a phone call could have been picked. Come and get the CC, phoned him. I do believe that Nichole Kessinger knew people with bad backgrounds and that would have done anything for her. But as we all know, she wanted to be Shanann. She loved that house. She thought killing off Shanann and then the 111-minute phone call, I do believe what he said, if it wasn't for her, because he did choose his family. And then she said it's either me or him, me or them. And he did pick that. He did pick his family. He says he wasn't ready to leave. And she started threatening by telling Shanann. So basically, I think it was down to money in the end, because she knew how much insurance policy is. I mean, when the police are talking to her, she's saying stuff that isn't even relevant. But that man walking away from the Watts, and because when the police turn up at Chris Watts' door, you see his face, everybody sees it, he's shocked. And that's what's always bothered me as well. When you look at that, when he opens the door, he doesn't look like just a normal face, he looks shocked. Could be because he didn't expect that so quick. I don't know. But you do see a man walking away, and you do see the truck going past, which it does look like NK's, but it's definitely no NK's. But could that possibility have been the truck that Betty seen? Possibility. Do you honestly think NK would be daft enough to leave a truck parked outside in case anybody did see it, or it was on anybody's camera? I mean, is that how he stopped the clock so quick? I mean, I've never heard of a murder case getting wrapped up so quick. But D.A. Rourke is definitely paid. The Ruzicks have definitely been paid for their silence and the money they've made off their memory of their family members is shocking. Do I think that's right? No. That's my opinion. But the bots still search for answers. Could the Ruzicks maybe help them? I do believe they could. We're no in their shoes, so you can't honestly say what you wouldn't do. A lot of people out there know what we would do, but I just think it's terrible that two families can't just be civil. Now it's came to this. That's why it's came to this. I'm telling you now, because he has got pissed off with the fighting between his mum and his dad wanting to see the kids. No seeing him, her blocking them, and then putting the Facebooks out live, and if it wasn't about lupus, it was about the kids being no well. I mean, you do see a bit of tension. I mean, it's quite a lot that the whole nation could see every day on a daily basis. Do I think your kids should be like that? No. Do I think it's terrible that you're putting your kids through, thermometers? I do. The times they were in their bed was ridiculous, and then, I mean, I do feel really sorry. Bella would have been looking forward to going to Saturn's primary, and that's what is sad. She would have been looking forward to getting up. And how I think Sinead didn't fight back, because evidence we've got, she was looking in on the kids' monitors all weekend. Do I think she's went in and they've been dead? I do. For him to be leaving the Watts residence at 5:45. Let's know. And then a 45-minute drive, and then he stopped 4 mile far from his house. But all weekend she was monitoring the kids' bedrooms. So you do see it quickly if you look. It's like it's a lilac colour, so I think that was Celeste's room, or Bella's room. Anyway, you do see it. She's got one of the kids on her phone in her hand. So I think she's went in and they've been gone. I didn't think they even got into bed. And that's the way how dark the story goes. Because she's went in and took her, where you see her sandals. She's left her suitcase at the bottom of the stairs. Now, Nichole Kessinger's bag is seen there on the search, and the police just took his word for what was in it. So, to me, was she there at that time? I mean, she's got hours that's not counted for. Remember, Shanann's flight was delayed, so his plans were delayed. This was meant to be done sooner. So, it's just shocking that he's at a birthday party and then hours to 10 hours later that he was going about to kill his... I mean, he planned this for weeks. But the evidence that I've got, she was monitoring him all weekend. So that's the reason Shanann didn't fight back. Because she's went in, she's went right upstairs, and I think her t-shirt theory is, I think it's been took off because it's either had blood on it and him or her panicking, and they've just put that back on her. And that's how she's ended up with the t-shirt back on. But that's the only possibility Shanann's wearing her t-shirt again. Because remember, she would have gave birth. So just think how there's no stains anywhere. But it is interesting, but I think it's the rug that the dogs are barking at. No, they weren't really interested anyway. So let's hope we get Nichole Kessinger looked into. But I think the Rourkes have been paid well, the Watts family, that nobody mentioned, because you mentioned Chris Watts then. Cindy and Ronnie are bad. They still lost. Do I believe they would have wanted her as Shanann? No. No, that way. But it's up to you to think about it, guys. Think about the car that was driving past. That's my opinion. He was a sick fuck. He annihilated his family. He took his girls out the first time. He had no intentions of giving them a life. Do I believe that, according to their Papa Frank, Celeste on the Sunday night was looking a bit drowsy. But to be honest with you, the kids looked not all the time, but more 99.6% of the time, especially Bella. It's like she had, like me, but mine's a bit grief. That's how you see Sandra Rourke with her eyes like that, and I get that. But they're not going to tell you the truth, and that's a fact. But the theory just now with me is the truck. And why you never see Cece coming out the watts. But you do see him jerking something, but you didn't see the bottom of him, and that's weird. but you do see the top of him. You see him with the black jumper on, but you see him jerking something quick. But he would have knew what time his residents started moving it, because he got Shanann's body in the truck before Betty drove away. So I'm just wondering, so who took Cece then? So obviously she was out there, she must have took Cece, that's the only option. Is that how he stopped 4 mile away? But just think about that theory and have a look at the truck and tell us what you think. And have a lovely day, night, lunchtime, wherever you are. Remember and like, share and comment. Thank you.